Hey yo, what's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. You already know, man, we are back on FragPunk. And again, man, it seems like now I'm doing these FragPunks every other week. But last weekend was my birthday weekend, so I was a little slacking as far as getting some stuff out when it came to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's why there was no video for FragPunk. But let's go ahead and get into a couple topics here, things I want to talk about, man. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about, and I'm not gonna stay on this topic a little too long because the last couple of videos have actually been about this game mode, but it's just gonna be about Toy Frontline, right? And I think that this mode overall is good and bad, okay? Well, at the end of the day, it's a good mode as far as giving something for casuals to play, giving something outside of the normal gameplay, which is always good to have. And there's nothing wrong with having a horde mode in a game like this. But here's the main issue. The main issue is this game mode is pretty much hard as hell to play solo. I've played it solo. I don't feel like playing it solo is a smart thing to do. You're not able to build defenses very well in comparison to like when you have other players. So again, me personally, I don't think that the game is fun. The game mode is fun as a solo player. But the bad part about this is the players that are playing FragPunk, most of them are not actually in this game mode. So it's going to be, most of the time you queue up, you will be by yourself. The first couple days, it was a lot easier to find people because obviously it was newer. But now that the game has been out for a while, everyone's pretty much, come in and experience it, gotten to see what it's about and see if they like it or not. Everyone, I think, has pretty much, come to the conclusion on whether or not they're going to continue to play it or not. And I feel like primarily most of the player base won't, just simply because, again, you kind of need teammates to truly be successful in that. Like I said, I got to the boss, and I can't beat him solo. Like, I can't beat him by myself. There are some other new techniques that I figured out while playing, but again, if I'm not getting teammates, I'm not really feeling that mode that much. Now, is this because of the player count as a whole? I don't really think so. I think it's just because the players that are in the game are more focused on shard class, regular TDM, stuff like that, man. So Toy Frontline is definitely a good step forward, a good step in the right direction. I just think that they need to fix and adjust the game, and especially for like solo players that go in there, because again, I just don't think Toy Frontline is fun as a solo player experience by any means. But other than that, the game mode, I'm glad it's here. It is a step in the right direction, and hopefully we continue to get even more LTMs as we continue forward along with the game's lifespan. So that's how I feel about that Toy Frontline thing, man. Now, recently, we did get news that Kismet will be having a store will have a shop coming into the game in which it's bringing back older skins, and I do believe that these older skins will also be at a discounted price. Now, here's my thing about when it comes to skins in the game, right? So I played Apex, and if you played Apex in the first couple years, if you played Wraith, there was a skin called Airship Assassin, right? Not too many people had it. I actually had it. It was one of the rarest skins in the game, and it was that way for a long period of time. I feel like I've always felt like when it comes to games like these, if FragPunk released a skin in season 0 and I happen to not join the game until season 3, I don't see the issue with that person not being able to acquire the season 0 skins since they're no longer available, right? And why do I feel this way? I feel this way because I think, one, it rewards players for, being there since day one. It rewards players for being there in general. Like, you can kind of tell sometimes, like, damn, this dude's a real grinder in the game. He has season 0 stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff you can't even get no more. Like, another example is Paladins. I had played Paladins for a while, and I remember when I went into Paladins, when you click on the character, you would see skins up there that you just couldn't access. And I was tight. Like, don't get me wrong, it was annoying, but I couldn't be mad at it. I wasn't a part of the game at the time. So ultimately, when it comes to the Kismet store here and them adding it back and allowing us to go ahead and once again be able to get access to the older skins, I think it's a good thing. Again, this is another good thing and a bad thing in my opinion, because it's a good thing because there is a part of the community, I'm sure, that does want access to these skins. They're mad that they missed out on them. They've seen them either from other people using them in game, or, you know, seen them in a clip or something. So it does actually allow people to go ahead and attempt to get some of these skins that they've seen or seen other players using. But again, at the end of the day, I also still agree with the fact that, hey, if I'm a player that's been around since season 0, one thing that you could do for me that would show like my loyalty would be, hey, if I happen to be here since day 1 and I'm a loyal player, I now have access to skins that these new players can't even get. So you could truly tell the difference between someone who's really been on the game and then someone who's more brand new to it in that regard. You know, so I want to know how y'all feel about this. Like, do y'all think that skins should be able to stay exclusive? And, you know, you should only be able to get them at certain times, you know, showing that? Let me know, man, down in the comments, man. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting about this game that is different than others. One is, since I've been playing it, I think there's probably only one time I could truly sit here and tell you guys that I've ever felt like I had a cheater in my game. So, and I'm talking about, this is a game too where this is like Counter-Strike type stuff, like the search and destroy, where, so you would think there'd be a lot more cheaters. And I had even made it up into Diamond where, you know, you're voting on cards and everything. So I even made it up there. And even while I was in there, I still rarely, at least in my opinion, I don't feel like, I might have been in there with cheaters, but it didn't feel that way. And the devs have been extremely on top of things when it comes to their cheats. They're banning players constantly. So this is one of them games too that, like, you know for a fact that it is going to protect you from these cheaters. These cheaters can't just run rampant like they do in other games. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy that other games have such player base, popularity, and their dev team allows cheaters to literally infest the game and destroy it, to the point where that community is now going to an alternative to try to get away from that product, or even just to scare the dev team enough to get them to actually do something with the game outside of basically not doing anything. So again, with the dev team being so on top of these bans, with the dev team giving us new Lancers, and so far I think all the major updates have been great. There hasn't been much that is left or you've been wanting. Now I will say it's been a little stale as of lately. I know Toy Frontline was the last big update, so that was the biggest thing. And again, Toy Frontline is fun, but I think that fun factor is gone quickly, especially if you're trying to play it solo. And a lot of times you're stuck just playing it solo just because either A, you don't have friends to play with, or, you know, you try to queue up for a public match and nobody ends up on, you know, when you load in, no one's ever on your team. I know that's how it was for me. So again, hopefully we get news here on the next big update coming up soon, and hopefully I haven't just missed out on it. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much on top of when they announce stuff. So hopefully we get something new here, but I really hope that this game continues to thrive. I really hope that more and more people start to realize how good the game actually is, because I don't want this to go anywhere. I don't know if y'all know about a game called Multiverses, but I was a big fan of that as well. I feel like FragPunk is kind of falling into this category of, it comes out with a big following, it then has a good niche following, but we all know that when it's a video game, if the player count isn't big enough, the game might disappear. And all I'm saying is, I'm really hoping that this game doesn't go anywhere. FragPunk, the community, this game, I just enjoyed the community. Y'all have been great to me, especially. And hopefully we just get next news on what's coming next, and hopefully that can garner enough hype to try to get some of these people to come back, man. But let me know down in them comments, man, how do y'all feel, man? Do y'all think the Kishmish store bringing back all these old skins on a discount is a good or bad thing? Also, how do y'all feel about how good the anti-cheat and devs have been treating the game as of lately? And last but not least, what is your guys' final and overall thoughts on Toy Frontline, man? Let me know down in them comments, and let's get a conversation started, man. But Until then, I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background. And I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DadBoyETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Mischief back online. I bought these bullets. Converter planted. There's just one enemy left. Hope that helps. Double the trouble.